198 kilobits per second. That is not going to work. Jeez. I've got a machine upstairs that's downloading updates. I wonder if that's why. I don't think so though, because yesterday it was also downloading updates and I was able to stream. Next other machine causing problems. iTunes. Let's just uninstall this iTunes. Maybe it'll get better after a while. I'll take a look. So 25 past 11 a.m. So this office is so dark, really. I've got to get some better lighting in there. I wish I could open the curtain. I guess I can partly open the curtain. I'm going to get rest. Not sure if that helps much. Okay. So I need to get to the liver ICU building. Be sure that the binary directory is included in the path. There is no binary directory. Huh? I just downloaded the source. Okay, this binary build. 64. Can't I just use this? No, because that's Win64. And I need 132. Really, I'm not. Start at this one. Source only none. That would be this one. Brilliant. Okay. Well, holding thumbs that this is going to work. But I have no doubts. This looks like something that's going to be difficult to get working. One of the reasons it makes me nervous is I've got Sec3, which uses ICU, and Boost, which seems to use ICU. So now there's two other third-party libraries in the includes using ICU, but no doubt using different versions. And that's what makes me. It's one of the things making me a little bit nervous about this. Not nervous, but making me feel like it's not going to be quite straightforward to get it to work. There's also a data file which sits, now in our application folder. That data file is accessed by Sec3, which is the ICU dat file. But that's obviously a different version. So this thing is going to need probably the same dat file, but a newer version of it. So I don't know, it could be a clash if it doesn't like the old data file. If it just works with the old data file, maybe I'll be lucky. It's one of the things about C++, especially. It's very sort of chicken wire. Everything's put together by chicken wire. Or whatever the expression is. While that's building, I want to maybe see if I can commit some of the recent changes. Because I want to do a new build. I've got now mixed up. No, I don't. I can build. I can new build. I can just immediately build the new build. 30 succeeded, 0 failed. I'm slightly surprised, but it looks like all of them built. Let me just check some. Use Maldivites. C++ code generation. Multi-threaded DLL. That is the right one. That I maybe want to change to match TLEX. I don't know why, but that's probably very useless, but I've selected that as the platform toolset. So that's it, let's try that. 2015 XP1 for XP. Maybe that universal windows is not hard. Please tell me I don't have to do this one by one for all of these. Okay, I'm doing it to... It's kind of smart how it's doing that. Anyway, but I can't really see which one is different options. I selected that hoping XP would work, and now I've set up everything with it, but it doesn't help XP to work. Directories, where's this setting? General, configuration properties, general. They're different things, that's why some of them are... let's just see this one by one. And if I have to change it back, one by one. +7. I put my mouse in the right spot there. Yes, I know you can change multiple at once, but it's not working because there's mixed types and I don't know which are the types that are put into the thing. Okay, make data, make data animation. Okay, I hope it builds the solution. Let's try and speed up the code. It's a bit dangerous. Man, this internet is ass today. Anyway. What channels am I on? I'm just not sure. I don't think I'm everywhere. iTunes is downloading. Who cares about iTunes? Really? Stop. I'm gonna uninstall that. The only reason I had iTunes on there is some woman, sorry, I shouldn't say that, lady friend had an iPod and needed some files transferred off and on. It's the only reason I've got iTunes on that machine. Although I might need it later for testing development. Who knows? No, actually I don't think I need it for testing. I'll just uninstall it. Then there's a machine upstairs that's busy downloading updates that may also be slowing it down. The internet, but I'm in the... That's not the whole story, because that you succeeded. Okay, so that built. Right, so now that's good news. Lib. Started lib. Everybody I see a lib. Okay. No, I probably don't need all of these. I don't know which ones I need. What else? I don't even know. What are they? Iron, IO, EUC, DT, TU. So we don't directly link to them. Show L. Let's just try. What have I got to lose? Okay. I'll have to go to the property manager. PC directories. Add the libraries path and the include path. Now I'll make sure I've only got one Visual Studio open when I do this, just in case. There used to be, I don't know if it's still like that, but it used to be that the last one that closes saves the settings. So I don't know what to add as the include path. Start with this. Actually, I'm not supposed to be adding it there. That's not quite the right place. But that's like a global setting, so it's fine. It'll add for everything. But where I actually probably want to try this is actually where? I don't know. That's a good question. In theory, it should probably be in base shared DLL, but I'm not going to put it there yet because I first want to. Why not? Maybe first. Okay, so we got this base class sort and inherit from it. So I'm going to do an experimental right here. Okay. Used to be different. Long story. Anyway, doesn't matter. Throw it long ago now. Task is sort. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Arabic sorting. I want to get Arabic sorting work, but if I get ICU sorting working, that probably opens up a lot of other potential sort methods. Anyway, but let me just start with this. Declib DJ sort, that's what it would be. So we got this base class sort, object oriented, and right, so we're going to have ICU sort that inherits from that, and for now it's just say return 1. Okay. Or 0. Or, yeah, that's one. Okay. include college. Did I put Unicode in the... Has it got red lines in it? Let's check what I did. Oh, no. EC directories include... there might be Unicode slash because... let's check. Include Unicode slash blah 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 blah, but I include college, suggesting I must put should everybody actually include let's put the Unicode back and just include college and just try and I don't think that's quite right there. Build configuration manager release. Yes, while that's happening, let's run this. Try start a new build, general build. Let's just check the last build number. I think I bought them 2143 on the map, but not relevant. I mean, for a small utility that just shows you in the bottom right how much RAM you're using, 69%. I don't think I'll build 2143, so I'm going to do 2144 next. The mic is right next to that. Maybe I should mute. Anyway, so apparently, I don't think it's gonna work. Either both, or I must just do like again means so hard because the example doesn't make sense. But let me just try that. Why does it mind then? Maybe that's just mining for them. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make another coffee. Oh, that's close. Right. I've succeeded, but it's still giving a red squiggly. Strange. Okay. Those red squigglies are not a reliable indicator of anything. So yeah, let me try just copy like this example. So basically, instead of return 0, we're gonna, okay. Those red squigglies all the way. It's either going to fail to compile or it's going to fail the link. And that ABC, I don't understand why. I don't know if it must be 8-bit. Maybe it takes UTF-8 lines. Or the later undeclared identifier. Now that is bullshit. It most certainly is in the path. Unicode/car.h. See, inside these files it includes like this. Include Unicode slash. What the fuck? Let me just mute that mic. Sorry. Mute. That should be slightly better, the audio, because I've now put it on the opposite side of the laptop from the fan. But it's probably still not very good sound quality. I forgot I'm muted. Damn it, let me just leave myself unmuted, even if the quality of the audio is horrible. It seems to, all I did now, I just deleted all the temporary things like the precompiled header files and the .vs folders and the pch files. So I don't know, the red squiggly is now gone, so I don't know if it had just somehow was trying to build, like its cache of header information somehow didn't update properly maybe. But look, it's still giving errors, still giving squigglies over there. Control-Shift-G works now though, it opens it, and if I hit Control-Shift-G, which is promising, previously it just gave an error. Class collator. So there it is, collator. So how can it be undefined? Namespace. U namespace begin. Okay. Let's see what that's defined as. See you. Oh, but now look, oh no, it's not open. I see colon. Boom. Oh, back in debug mode. This build is killing my machine. I'm really dying. I'm dying here. I think I must, I've got a powerful machine sitting just behind me. I must just use it to do these builds. Let me just cancel this build, yeah. There's no reason to be using this machine, right? I've got sitting behind me an even faster machine. Let me just... There's my man work sitting outside. Yes, that one seems to be standing on its side. That's because this X who's been harassing me came and twisted all my CCTV cameras around. Anyway, crazy people. I'm really fed up on a number of levels. Alrighty. Let's run some builds here. Run builds 2145 official. I don't know if there's subtle differences between this build VM and the one I normally use now on my laptop. In theory, the one was a clone of the other, but I don't know if somewhere along the way there might be very subtle differences, very small differences between some of the library versions. Anyway, but it's going to be relevant soon because it's time to move to VS 2017 base build. Okay, so configuration manager. So this thing, now this collider nonsense, right? As you sort. So this whole thing is a plugin architecture. DC short Chinese. Like we got a sort of a delegate sort. I see you. Okay. So we register. Delegate sort. I see you. What is that? International components for Unicode. Just want to check the exact name. International components for Unicode. Now we need GUID. Why does it need a GUID? Damn it. Can't we just create one on the fly? To be honest. Or do we use it again when we unregister? We don't properly unregister. So GUID. Okay. GUID. Now, let's see why we register GUID. Oh, damn it, where is this thing? As it would say, this function now needs to know there, that is press. Okay, and then let's just extend that. Extending is a bit gross, but anyway, I've got bigger fish, bigger things to worry about than the odd extend. It's not a bad dependency or anything, it's just... So it's not like I'm creating spaghetti code. There's a difference. Just because you're doing something gross, it doesn't mean you're creating spaghetti code. There's a big difference. I mean, it's not a bad design there because I did that U that grows extern. It's not horrible spaghetti, there's no tangle dependencies. It's more like just... You know, it's really minor. It's not a... It doesn't excuse doing things like that, but you know, one has to prioritize one's time somehow. Some things are matter and some things don't. One's time is really valuable. Okay, well, that's building. Can we check out that? Okay. Alright, that's fine. We'll just let that go. Now, this machine, I cancelled the build. I need to maybe just revert some files. The build changes that. If you cancel the build, then it may leave a few modified files. So I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to bother to try this sort now to also Visual Studio 2010 to the official builds from Visual Studio 2010. I'm going to ask this client if I get this working now. I'm going to just ask them to try the. I'm going to put them on the alpha line, which I think it's time to make it a beta line. Now this particular actually also should be cleaning up all this crap. Busy age for this, then right. Well, this VM I wanted to shrink, but it's not. These keys feel heavy after typing on a laptop. I quite like the laptop's keys, but There's nothing quite like a proper full keyboard for layout. And I don't want to wear out this. I mean, it's a really nice laptop. I want to look after it. So I also want to use the external keyboard just to help the laptop last longer and stay in good condition, as well as my fingers. So I want to shrink this virtual machine as well, just to free more space on. Or did I do that already? No, I didn't. I was about to. 136 free on C. Why is the fan going crazy still? Restream is eating CPU like nothing. There's a bug in Restream. Sometimes the chat just eats CPU. Oh, so the defrag is heavy as well. That's crazy. That's better when you have the fan going down. Alright, so now here's a tricky problem. I don't have any easy way to test this. The builder is. The builder is, damn it. It must be builder is, because I haven't linked the lib. No, there's several libs. I don't know which one. I don't know which libs I'm supposed to be linking. Wait. Common UC and data libraries. Start with that one. I'm semi-guessing. I see a lib. I see you. UC.lib. So we have 3 unresolved externals. Okay. I like to use these pragmas for the lib settings, because then it's easy to make them conditional. Like hash, if we're building, you know, the alpha release, then link, otherwise don't. That's more painful to deal with if you, because you've got multiple build environments. Okay, now there's going to be a DLL. It shouldn't find the DLL when it tries to run, but it looked like it linked there. So once it finds the DLL and runs, then the last thing it might need is its data files. It might not work without data files. Okay. Oh no, it's still got a problem. Unresolved external. I thought there might still be a problem. Create instance. That's not actually the one we want to use. Let it create instance. I might need this. Or this. But let it create instance. Let's just try something there. I guessed, and it worked. Okay. It was a semi-educated guess. That's alright. Okay. The okay. You know, literally, this is the first time I'm ever looking at this stuff. I've never looked at ICU before until yesterday, because it's client emailed. So I don't know ICU very well. I've known about it for a long time. I'm very aware of it and what it does, but I've never actually. So it's the first time I'm using it. So now, when I try to run the application, we should get a DLL error. That's predictable and correct. And simple enough to solve. Alright, so now in theory, what the next thing I need to do is, okay, I must check, there could be an issue relating to the DAT file. I don't know if it's going to work with that old DAT file, or if I must put a new DAT file in, which may interfere with Ceph. Or if maybe, since I built it from source, maybe there's a way to change the DAT file name and then just have both DAT files, if the DAT files are going to conflict. But maybe I don't even need the DAT file, I don't know. Because all I want right now is Arabic sorting. Now we're going to need a configuration option, and that's the collation locale, or whatever you call it. I don't know if locale is the right word. Let's go see how that build is doing. Finished quicker, and we're lucky, successful. Okay, so right, I need to do two things here. Check the export and enable beta. Okay. Then we should, I don't want to, but let's do it. It's been a while. Run post-build tests, post-build auto test. Okay. Now that's just a bunch of little tests, stress tests, that it's a good idea. It just checks a bunch of basic things like it's automated post-build, you know, just automatically opens a bunch of documents, activates a certain range of functionality just to check things more or less still work. All the basics are working, don't cause crashes, and I should expand the range of the functionality that it checks. I've got a separate check that is much broader, and that's a dynamic stress, sort of random. It's a million monkeys mode. But yeah, I don't have time to look at that now. Just got to try to get this RCU thing working. Trying to think of the best way to do this, because the sort doesn't know anything about the document, but the document has your the collation information, the language information, like AR for Arabic, that sits in the document, and it's also dependent on the side. So if you've got a bilingual, it's Arabic on the side. Now, either we forget about that and you just allow the user to select it somewhere in the sort. It's a bit more user-unfriendly. It would be nice if we could get it from the document, but the thing is, the sort doesn't know anything about documents. We could set up the ICU sort to know about documents, but for some reason I don't like that idea. I think I must think about how it should work, really. It's as if there should be something in between. Sort controller or something. I don't know. It would be nice if it just automatically worked. You just say, hey, use ICU, and it smartly just looked at your documents and said, oh, look. When does that happen? The thing is, it allocates the sort. The way I've implemented now is going to be a disaster, because it doesn't even clean up, it doesn't even delete itself. It doesn't even delete that collator. So it's just going to end up leaking loads and loads of memory. This is just a quick test to get it building. I did not have a lot of time for this as well. This have to get done quickly and move on to other things. I'll think about it over lunch, so to speak, proverbial lunch. Okay. I just want to just actually get it working. News, labs, messages, notification results. Zimbabwe is having an election. That's kind of interesting. Shock rise in SA unemployment. I don't see why that's a shock. Well, it's a shock at all. Everything that the government has been doing is exactly like the things that will cause jobs to shed. You know, like announcing they're going to land grabs. Like, you know, and the petrol price has gone through the roof. Everything is, anyway, shock rise in unemployment. The official unemployment rate increased, blah, 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 to 26.2, blah, 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 blah. What's going on in Kimberley now? Blah, 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 blah. You got to read between the lines of this news as well. You cannot just read news straight. You have to read between the lines. Like in Hermanus, there's literally land invasions. So 20,000 is an invasion of 20,000 people, you know. But they don't call it that. They call it protests. So yeah, you got to. But it's really a strategic invasion by. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about politics here. The task manager, policeman, McKinley, blah 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 blah. What's going on? Right. Just want to find out a bit more about what sort of policy platform these people are running on, because that's really important. Let me get back to this RCU stuff. What is this theory? Blah 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 blah. That's what I'm looking for. Good instance. Local good US. I mean, That doesn't make sense to me. What's the function called get US? Useful concepts with this countries I should read. Wasn't a good IR. Okay. Get UK. Arabic. Language, country, variant. I don't know if I need to put an 8-bit string there or... Fix me, clean up. So I need to test this thing works. Like if I do that, is it going to sort Arabic? I'm not even sure I have any easy way to test this. I can use gel corpus with our Arabic corpus to generate a word list. Even that's not necessarily going to be a very good test. What was I? I'm just checking. Need to. Demonstrate recent average, yes. Recent maximum, yes. Recent average, yes. If I would worry that I'm hitting throttling. It's not really a good sign, is it? Maximum. Recent maximum 74, that's okay. 84, that's not really good. 81, 78. Package temperature, maximum 81. That's not that far off from what I would expect for a machine doing what it's doing. Although there's already a fan boost. I feel like this machine's getting too hot. I mean, I've had to set the core voltage offset level, and we're still hitting thermal throttling, and temps of 84. I mean, is that bad? I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten worse though. But that's very subjective. That's based on like literally, like I can smell it. Anyway, grounded word last. Exporting. I'll close. New dictionary. Arabic test. Okay, bilingual. Make Arabic. English. Alright, that's dictionary properties. Be right left. Should it? Well, that's debatable. Anyway, okay, Arabic soft text. Now, new insert entry. Boom. Only 3,000. No, I want to rather undo that. Jesus, takes long. Why does it take so long? To add 3,000 entries. Is that normal? And kill it. I'm going to use the import word list. Much better. 14,000 words. Now they won't be sorted correctly because I haven't set up the ICU test. Oh, look at that, that's a mess. It's not right. That encoding of the file, I don't know what that is, but that's save as UTF without signature. Odd. Should work then. Let's add the signature and try again. Import word list. Maybe it, oh yeah, if it doesn't have the signature, it might try import it as Windows 1252. $14,000 Arabic words, blah 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 blah. Okay, and they should be sorted wrong. They should definitely be sorted wrong. If they look half right, they might just be coincidence because of Unicode. Okay, alright. So now we go to configure sorting, and I think as a compare, we can use the Windows built-in. Rename Windows built-in Arabic. Okay. Configure Farsi Arabic. There's no generic Arabic. Interesting. Show that little dynamic. I have to look that up. Arabic. I don't know, it's just randomly pick one. Okay, and now I'm gonna add ICU sort. Maybe we can get the name, put it in the name. That's cheating. That's gross. That's really gross. Okay, so select Windows built-in. Okay, and now I'm going to save as Arabic Sotus 2 and select this one, the ICU one. What the hell? That's really different. But I don't know if it's doing it right. So this is now the Windows. What? There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Why was it not? Let's just see what it said. The following errors. I never found sort playing. Oh, of course, that's right. Why does that look so radically different? I would have expected small differences, not such. So like, this is now the Windows sort, and if we quick search for that, it's there. And that, look at that, I mean that doesn't even look similar. This cannot be working right. I mean, I'm gonna have to ask the client to test. I mean, that at least looks like it's sorted. Oh, but look, there are differences with these markers. Or I don't know what that is, because yeah, I don't. Anybody Arabic in the chat? Okay. Right. It does look sorted. You know, the first one looks different, but this below, something's going on there. Actually, no, yeah, I don't know. I cannot. This is a little bit above my outside my scope of knowledge. It's not impossible that there's significant differences, because that's exactly what they're complaining about. That there's significant differences. You know what I can do? They sent me a test page, and if I can plug in that word list into the test page, yeah. Edit, copy word list. Editor, paste. Now, I'm going to take the first 20 or 30 or whatever, plug it into this website, and say sort. It's preserving the order I gave it. That's a good sign. That means that's a very good sign. That's a very good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a very good sign. SE website demonstrator. Preserving the order I give it is a good sign. As that order takes more lab. That probably works. But I need to, yeah, I'll need to make it easier for the user. I'll need a way for the user to specify Arabic in the setting. Yeah, let me just think. You know, there's a short-term problem, which is the user's problem, and it would be nice to have ICU sorting. for customers in general, but then it needs to be configurable. Now, these sorts are configurable. There's a whole dictionary configure sorting. They are exactly, each one can have its own configuration dialog. So I can just or it must get it from the lang field in the document, XML lang. That is a little trickier because it doesn't know anything about documents. So there needs to be some sort of controller that passes that information. Plus there's actually, there's several different things. There's 3 parameters, so maybe it's not just a lang. The lang will work for now, but I think it would be nice to automatically work, but I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to create a small dialog with 3 settings that correlate with these: language, country, and what are they? Language, country, variant. I'm going to just give a text box, and the user can enter those 3 things in the text box as a configuration. I think that's the easiest for now. Just fix the leak, and also it should only create in the constructor the collator. But it needs, yeah, how does the configuration dialog thing work again? Because it also not just in the constructor, but when the settings change. It's like the Windows built-in. Sort Windows. Should work like TC sort Windows. So there's a few parameters. Initialize sort, save config block, read config block. Can configure sort method. And this I'm only going to do on Windows version for now. And then, yeah, that's it. It's going to have 3 settings. Later on we can add more settings, like so I'm just put like a version number in the block, the configuration block. And the configuration dialog, I've got a generic texting. I'm literally going to use the generic texting. Now the question is, should this live in the application or the DLL? I've put it in the DLL, but I'm going to move it to the application for now. It's time for coffee. This could be a good hour's work still, damn it. Let me see if I can do it in less than an hour. So this is really dark. Trying to not too long before that woman comes to arrest me again. So I'm spoken. Oh, these lamps aren't always broken. Man. It's probably not plugged in anymore. Either that. Option 2 is a hardcode this thing to Arabic for them, just for now as a start. That'll save me an hour's work, but then it won't be a general useful feature for anyone else to start with. It's just going to be literally an Arabic RC sort plugin. Look at this horrible internet. Absolute mess, piece of junk. South African crap. it needs wash. I wanted to see where it creates these things, because maybe maybe there's a simpler medium where the thing that creates it can pass in the line information from the document. Sort method init. Get sort method. This thing. Maybe this thing got handed the line. Is that good or bad? This thing shouldn't know anything about lines. Let me just allocate sort method. This should also not be creating every single time. That's just ridiculous. It should happen in the constructor. And in the destructor it should delete it, I think. Or something. This does not need to be exposed in the API. It just needs to exist. In fact, I don't think it even needs to be like it just needs to be visible to the allocator. The only thing that needs to be visible is the allocator. Okay. Okay, it's available. Let's run the first build test again over there. Oh, what a tank. Oh, what a tank. We're back. Shouldn't really be showing this stuff on that. Anyway, whatever. Won't be leaving me much longer. Right, so my nose is itching. Something dusty in there. Research lemons. Blah, 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 blah. The whole thing gets set up. Yeah, let's sort methods. And I think it gets set up before it loads the language, which could create a dependency problem if I want to pass the language in. I don't want to even have a dependency. I just want to note. Finally set the sort method. You know, it could just auto configure itself later. Or what? I don't know. It's really, yeah, it's going to be very problematic to try. Yeah, and I don't have time now to make this fancy. Nobody else needs it right now. I need this client, so I'm not going to make a new feature right now. Arabic sort test. Configure sorting. And now let's test again if that corresponds with this website. Yes. That's very cool, actually. That is very cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. So now I need to when we call tlib init, it registers these. So here I want to, wherever we call tlib init, tlib init is supposed to get called automatically on DLL load. So I don't want to call it there anymore. I want to then thus add a line to the app for now, just for now, rather. What's this? What methods? Shared. That's a good place for it. What sort of is it a good place? No, it must only be in the app. I need TLX. Oh, there we are. It's one LX app to register sort plugins. Perfect. It's going to go in there. And now to lexical term. If others want it, okay, let's try this out. Right. So if now it's only in the alphabets, and then this must move out of the base. I don't know where to put it exactly, but let's, for now, I can just sit in here, or go in that shared sort methods. Shared sort methods, yeah, I guess. Sort methods. I don't know how many times I've written that same comment, but anyway. There's the hard-coded part. Okay. Right, Okay. So now, basically, instead of in the lib, I've put it in the application because I don't want it in the other applications yet because it's just going to create a mess because I have to set up the DLLs and the installers. I probably only need those 2 DLLs, I guess. And I'm not sure about the data file queries, I don't know yet. Can have to see. So what we want to do is add those two libs that are added in by the pragma. Over here. The corresponding DLLs we want to add to the installer. Third party ICU bin. Now, we've already got ICU DLLs here. That's what's a bit worrying. I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, there's some cleanup needed here as to what's going on here. So, I'm not sure if I need all 3 of these. Probably not. Just these 2, IUC and IN. Third party ICU. And in theory that should do it for the installer. If I put it in a lib, then all the applications, and if there's, no, must be tested first, just here. Like TL corpus doesn't need it. Might be useful later, definitely, but it's just in this. These are okay. I took this out of my control Zing brought it back. Alright, possible test work. Now I want to upload all these builds, and I want to do another set of builds on my machine for this alpha. So we got 45 and 46 is the new official inverter. And then I'm going to do a 47 for on this machine for alpha build. 45, 46, 47. Hopefully, if it builds alright. I don't know if this thing needs its DAT file. Let's search for start.dat in this. I see it's the DAT file has the version number in it. That's probably a good thing. Data in, data out, common data. 26 megs. Oh yeah. That file's gotten big. In, out. So I may also need to add to the installer this DAT file. Probably, yeah. Unless somehow the Arabic sort doesn't need it. Actually, it doesn't need it because I didn't add that to. I tested the application and it seemed to work, and the results cross-checked here. And my application, I didn't add it to copy it into the application. So I'm not sure. I have to ask the client to check. That's the ultimate test. calling enable the event sort plugin for ARRCU sort. Does it use the name? Oh no, I changed the. I used a slightly different GUID. Damn it. Configure sorting. Okay, delete that. Select Windows built-in. Okay. Now we add new Arabic RCU. And now we select Arabic RCU. Okay. Copy entry list, editor, paste, grab the first lot. Say sort. And if the order stays the same over there, then it's probably sorting correctly. But I mean, your guess is good as mine. Okay, that's something only the client will know. But that's good enough for me to test. I want to do a implement that, build a build for the client, and then get on with the next task on my to-do list. Oh, this word thing's a mess. Damn it. Is it? Will it work? I'll just check. That's fine, that's fine. That's fine. That belly sleep, those belly sleep should go. Definitely. Yeah, this definitely, those quits must go. And the active document check can go. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. This is a paid support customer, so they get priority support. They need, they paid for support, so that's why I'm handling this quick, immediate. I'm just going to send them an email. Just going to turn off display. blah, blah, blah. Right, so what did we say about the build number? That 2147. Oops, what did I just type? Test, test, test. So the internet looks slightly better. Windows 2147 Alpha. Let's just call it Alpha now. I know it's the Alpha. Oops, got it wrong. Wrong password. Nice. Okay. Kind of want to take a break from the stream, but on the other hand, also don't want to take a break from the stream because let me go make coffee. In any case, while that builds. Okay, this machine, under exact, I'm going to compact this VM. How do we do this here? Modify HT compact, something like that. So I'm going to check the size before. 78 gig. I don't think it's going to get much smaller. But anyway, let's see. See, once I built these, I need to upload them. Now, the internet speed issue, I think it was partly because of the machine upstairs doing a Windows update, because it's downloading a big update. Just finished downloading, and now the internet looks a bit better. I need to do, yeah, send some emails. How long have I been working on this Arabic thing? 3 hours, yeah, that's way too long. Need to work on other stuff now. Yeah, no, it's a good thing I didn't try make it a general feature right now. That would have been a bad idea. But this is pretty cool though. Pretty cool. I don't know if it's working properly, of course. So yeah, now I'm wondering if I can use my phone for the uploads. It's just going to use a ton of expensive bandwidth, but it's much faster. Where are my phones? Ask someone else. Ask someone else. I said nothing. Yeah. It's fine. Move on to the next. Right. Very friendly, no thanks. That's the most friendly no thanks I've ever gotten. Sweet. Right. Okay, what am I doing next? I've got to upload these builds. Okay, they compactified the VM and it's now, yeah, that's quite a decent reduction. 78 to 49 gig, but it's going to go up a bit again. Anyway, it's 161 free on C now. I've just been trying to free space on C So if it's D, it's not going to have too much stuff on it. Um, how can I speed that thing up? I think I can close some of these tabs now. I don't need these tabs open anymore. That's for another problem. Okay, I need to take a break from the stream. Later, folks. Later.